What is going on, guys? Dream here, coming to you with another Lords Mobile video. And today, guys, I really wanted to discuss familiars because no one ever seems to really cover it properly. Now, I'm not doing this in live time, so you're gonna have to bear with me. So there's gonna be some pauses in between here and there. Anyway, let's jump into it. This is the gym. You know how the gym works. You put your familiars in, you get the XP for it. You put them back in, you continually train them until you level them up to max level. Now, you don't have to have this familiar gear, but it is very available. You can get it free to play all the way to gold, and gold is more than enough. I just made it mythic because I needed to catch up. Basically, I haven't been playing Lords Mobile for a long time, and a lot of content has come out since then, so that's why mine is mythic. Needed everything I could get, sorry. Anyway, these are the pack 1 familiars which you can make. Alright, this is the pack 1. Now you can see this guy, his attack is it reduced enemies? Yeah, I think it's reduced enemies thing. Anyway, this guy adds attack. You can read these in your own time. So I'm just gonna stop it right here. Your pack 1 familiars are great for resources. Basically, you don't want to invest in anything that reduces the enemy's defense. It's kind of useless, reducing the enemy's defense, since the stat doesn't actually have, well, any real benefit. It like reduces the defense, but in a scale of things, 5 defense is the equivalent of 1 attack. So yeah, reducing an enemy's defense by 40%, it's bugger all, you know. Just showing you like the pack 2 familiars, and which ones you want to invest in, and I'm going to pause on them in a moment, so you know this is daily tips. Come on, hurry up and get to it. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I really wish I could have done this in live time. Would have been so much easier. A lot of people like to invest in Tempest. It's not a bad familiar, but Evil Weevil is bread and butter for anyone. If you're going to invest in a familiar, go for Evil Weevil and Aquarius. You would have seen him just before in the last pack. Like I said, defense familiar, don't touch him. Don't touch your defense familiar. These HP ones, they are good if you do want to fill a slot and you do have the spare red orbs. By all means, go for it. But if you need familiars, 100% Aquarius and Evil Weevil for 2 slots are going to be what you want. Don't invest in Pyrus. He doesn't do anything at the moment, not until they change his setup. But basically, you might get 1 hit off in battle if you watch your replays closely. And we get to pack 3. These are your other really important ones. You have 3 really important ones here. You got Trickster, Goblin, and the Gemming Gremlin, and the Griffin. Now, the Griffin would be the one that you go for first. He does take the amber, the gold orbs. So be very mindful that the 2 orbs are different. The red ones are a lot cheaper and easier to get. They actually come out with KVK. And you do have a chance of getting them from the cargo ship. And also they are readily available from hell events. And you can get quite a few of them quite quick. And I will show you a screenshot at the end of this film clip. I'm going to move into pack 4 familiars now. This is the Hoarder. He's a good investment one, purely because he has Payday and he has the Treasure Trove in here. And he gives you free jewels, and the defense familiars here act a lot differently from the other defense familiars. These ones actually stop the incoming damage for a few seconds if you watch the incoming battle, and they save your troops. So you'll have less troops lost if you're sending a spear march, essentially, which is really, really good. This is the other defense familiar and the other defense familiar. I mean, it's not really much to look at, but anyway, you get the point. You know, don't invest in familiars that you might be thinking are good, like defense, like, or increasing your defense is great. It's like, no, it's not. It's not any good. It won't do you any good at all. But if you can increase your HP and decrease the enemy's HP, you're going to be laughing. You're going to be well and truly sorted. I'm just showing you that it takes amber orbs to upgrade this familiar. And it is quite expensive towards the end, but at the start, as you can see, it costs a lot to unlock. Just to unlock, it costs quite a lot. But after that, after the first initial cost of awakening, it goes right down. And then it goes right back up when you get to level 10. And I also will suggest not actually using a low level familiar versus a high level familiar, because you can see how low the stats are here, only 2%. That's not really worth it if you're going to be have to lose 12% of your troops to activate him. So don't be throwing him in because he's just a pack 4 or something like that, you know. And it's going to take a long time to unlock them, so it's a lot of KVK, a lot of hell events, and just bank them up and spend them when you're ready. Now here's a screenshot of me of when I had all my red orbs. I stacked them up nice and high. This is just from KVK and hell events. I hadn't spent any, so you can accumulate quite a lot. Don't worry about the brilliant orbs, that's just spare leftovers. Yeah, but I had 411, which is quite a lot, and it's well and truly enough to do it any familiar. I'm pretty sure 411 is like pretty much from awakening to fully level 10. And I'm going to show you that right now, that it only costs 20 to awaken this little one. And here's a HP reduction familiar for Cav. It's another good familiar to have, is to reduce the enemy's HP, because it affects the morale of the battle, okay? And you're going to see we actually, I think we have actually a fair few orbs left over at the end of it. But, you know, like, when you're not spending any money, you're playing KVK, doing hell events, guild fest, all that type of crap, you're really going to bank these up real quick. So if you really like this game, then yeah, you'll start stacking them up and you'll start investing them in the right characters. Or right familiars, I should say, sorry. Anyway, Aquarius, right here, good familiar. Evil Weevil, good familiar. Okay, those two should be your first ones. If you're on like a free to play or a small budget, those two. Really easy, really good, and they have multiple benefits. Okay? Now I'm also going to touch briefly on the new content that's just come out, the Verge way. Now, I do advise you to stop at stage 11 if you are an investor and want the stats, the passive stats I'm talking about here. Because if you stop at stage 11 before you unlock more cards, and then you continue to invest, you're only going to unlock tier 1 cards. That means more cards for your dollar per unlock, right? Because if you unlocked all the stages, then said, I want to really max out my cards now, it's gonna split them across more, if you know what I mean. Like, could you imagine unlocking pack 1 familiars, and then every time you wanted pack 1 and pack 2, you had to split your merge packs between them. So if you can only make 20, then it's gonna split them into smaller stacks. Like, you don't get more cards if you have unlocked more, if you know what I mean. It's only going to give you a set amount. So try to max out your cards first before you proceed past the level. And that means those cards shouldn't come up, and hopefully they don't come up. I don't know yet because there's new content, but try it out, because I've just gone to stage 2 of the new content, and I have to unlock more now for my dollar to get these new stats, if you know what I mean. Anyway guys, that's all for tonight. If you have any questions, just leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah, well, happy hunting guys, and go get them.